Be it soft or sun-kissed or dramatic transformation, there is one thing for sure that should be considered when it comes to balayage. A seamless transition from dark to light with no harsh lines. This is where you decide to blend with your brush or diffuse with backcombing. So how do we choose between them both? It's a combination of everything that we've covered so far. Let me show you 2 examples. Here you can see we have taken a section of hair. Let's say I like to achieve a soft threads of lightness like a sun-kissed effect. I begin with minimum colour on my brush and start to apply close to the root area. I gently sweep the lightener onto the hair visually, where I want to see it. And then, with minimum amount of product on my brush, I blend on the transition areas. The ends could be saturated fully, or I can continue to surface blend. That's up to the finished look that I'd like to achieve. Okay, let's move to the next section. What if I instead wanted to achieve soft transition but maximum brightness? Tricky combination perhaps, but this is how it's done. I need to really saturate the hair. I'm going to start by backcombing the hair to diffuse any lines and then isolate the sections. Now pay close attention. When diffusing by backcombing, you should focus on building the backcomb into the hair. Start with very shallow movements first and then work deeper into the section as you go. This means in the top of the section that maximum lightness is closer to the ends, while at the base of the section you lighten closer to the root, all while diffusing away any lines. Think back to our sectioning shapes. Am I starting near a focal point or the wider area? Where I want to start my backcombing, the lightness will be furthest away from the root. Make sense? If you still feel a little unsure about the backcombing, I know I did at first, there are a few things you could try to keep in mind. Slowly build up the backcombing as you've just seen. It would also make it easier to detangle. I also avoid to apply my lightener onto the backcombed areas to stay in control of the lightness. Oh, and consider your hair type. If the hair is very fine, just like mine, it can be harder to detangle, so it might be better to focus on traditional blending. But play around, see what works for you. Quick question. For saturated ends, should I always backcomb my sections? No, it's not a must. Balayage is ultra personalized to each client and the end result and their hair type.